First constant C1 plus lambda x square. The second constant is C2. Let us name this as second equation. Or let me write down the next equation. Y of t is equal to, the equation in terms of t will be lambda t C1 plus lambda t square C2. Now what is the next step? We have to write down now values of C1 and C2. Okay. So for that, after writing the values of C1 and C2, we'll put up the value of y of t and we'll solve the equations. Have you done up to this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If yes, now let us put up the C1 and C2 and we'll solve it. C1 is equal to integration 0 to 1 t square t plus lambda t C1 plus lambda t square C2 dt. Similarly, C2 is equal to integration 0 to 1 t into t plus lambda t C1 plus lambda t square C2 dt. Okay, what is the next step now? C1 is equals to, now we have to write down the integration of this. You can multiply and then you can write down one more step. I will write down directly what will be the integration of t cube. It will be t raised to 4 upon 4 plus lambda C1 outside, integration of this again t multiplied by t square, it will be t cube. So integration of t cube will be t raised to 4 upon 4 plus lambda C2. Integration of this, here t square is there, outside is also t square. So what will be the resultant? T raised to 4. Integration of t raised to 4 is t raised to 5 upon 5. Okay. We have to find out the value of this within the limits 0 to 1. Okay, t cube. Here is also t cube. Here is t raised to 4. Similarly, let us do the calculations for C2. What will be the integration of t square is t raised to 3 upon 3 plus lambda C1 outside, integration of t square is t cube upon 3 plus lambda C2 outside, integration of t cube is t raised to 4 upon 4 within the limit 0 to 1.
Ma'am, write down, verify if the two equations are correct in terms of C1 and C2.
In terms of C1 and C2?
Yes, ma'am. Write down the equations, ma'am.
Okay, have you done this up to C1 and C2?
Yes, even further than that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you please tell me what are the equations you got?
Ma'am, C1 into bracket 1 minus lambda upon 4.
Okay. 1 minus lambda upon 4 into C1 minus lambda upon 5 into C2.
C2,
So,
1 by 4.
okay, this is first equation. Or rather, we can name it as some A. What is the second equation?
Lambda upon 3 into C1 plus
Okay,
plus
minus
C2.
plus
Okay. C2
1
into
minus
lambda upon 4 minus 1. Minus 1 by 3.
it is equal to minus
1 by 3.
1 by 3. Okay, fine.
There it will be negative in between, ma'am. I have taken lambda upon 4 minus 1.
So if it is positive,
No, not there. In between these two terms, C1 plus C2. C1 minus C2 it will be.
वही तो बोल रहे हैं ना, यहाँ पे अगर आप प्लस करोगे तो सभी जगह नेगेटिव का मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा ना. 1 minus lambda upon 4 C2. This is with positive sign. I hope here be negative, na? Lambda upon 3. What is the sign of lambda upon 3? C1.
मैम लैम्डा अपॉन 4 -1 लेके माइनस बाहर निकाले हुआ है.
Okay, please repeat the second equation.
Lambda upon 3 into C1
Hmm.
plus C2 into lambda upon 4 -1.
Lambda upon 4 minus
-1.
1. Acha.
Yes, it's right then.
It is equal to minus 1 by 3.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. This is what our second equation. I hope everyone completed up to this one.
Yes, ma'am.
So what you have to do now, we have to find out the value of this d lambda. Okay, what is your d lambda? It is nothing but a value of this determinant that we have to solve. Now let us take the coefficients of C1, 1 minus lambda upon 4. This is lambda by 3. Coefficient of C2 minus lambda upon 5. And this is also lambda upon 4 minus 1. Okay.
Ma'am, but on in those equations we had the RHS as 0. Here we do not have RHS as 0.
No doubt it is correct. But if you want to solve this type of equation, AX is equals to B. Okay. At that time, in that case, we have taken the two situations. What are the two situations? When a determinant of A is 0, when determinant of A is not equal to 0. When determinant of A is not equal to 0, then obviously we get a unique solution. But when determinant of A is equal to 0, at that time we have gone for the different situations. I hope you remember the situation 1 when we have assumed that the f of x is 0. Then situation
Yes, ma'am.
we have assumed that f of x is not equal to 0, but the integration value is 0. Correct? So whenever you are going to solve this type of a system, at that time you have to go through the cases. Then the coefficient matrix, if you have to take the determinant of the coefficient matrix is equal to 0, not equal to 0. If you want to go in detail, these type of equations we have already done in the BSc second year. Correct? In that we have seen what are the cases, no solution, unique solution, infinitely many solution. Okay. Let me go through that in short. Suppose आपने जो equation solve किए BSc में, it may be of the type, suppose it is a11x1 plus a12x2 plus up to so on a1n xn is equal to, it may be 0 or some another constant b1. Second equation will be with a21, a22 and so on. Okay. Can you please tell me what will be the meaning of these equations, a21x1 plus this is what a22x2 and so on. So last equation I can write it as an1 x1 and so on, which is equals to bn. Then we have found the solutions for these equations. Rather, if you are confusing with this, let me write down the equations that you know. Suppose it is of the form 3x plus 4y minus 5z is equal to 1. Okay. Next we have solved it is, suppose 2x minus 5y minus z is equal to say 3. And one more equation, if it is x minus 4y plus z is equal to say 5. Okay. While solving this equation, I hope you go on through these cases, unique solution, infinitely many solution, and next case it may be having no solutions, right? Now, can you please explain me what are these equation? What is the geometric interpretation of these equation? क्या है ये equation of plane है क्या equation of line, equation of line in 3D space? What are these equations?
Ma'am, plane.
Correct. If it is a plane, सगळ्यांना आठवतंय ना हे unique solution, infinitely many solution, no solutions
Yes, ma'am.
in BSc? Types of solutions we have seen. Okay. Now, at that time, I don't know how many of you remember this thing that we are solving the equations. Actually, these are nothing but the equations of a plane. Correct? If they are equations of a plane, which means that when you are going to find out the solution, आप solution निकाल रहे हो मतलब क्या कर रहे हो इन planes के बीच में, rather आपको पता भी नहीं है कि ये equation of plane actually कैसे दिखता है, correct? Suppose ये equation है, have you okay, suppose we are having the first equation 3x plus 4y minus 4z minus 5z is equal to 1. ऐसे इक्वेशन आपने सॉल्व किए, क्या आपने ये देखा है कि आपका ये जो तीनों इक्वेशंस है अगर इक्वेशन ऑफ प्लेन है तो एक्चुअली वो कैसे दिखता है इन 3D स्पेस, हाउ इट लुक्स लाइक?
No, ma'am.
Okay, without knowing these things you have solved the examples and you have given the answers, or rather you have given the solutions in such a way that it may be either unique, infinitely many solution, and if it is having some value, you have provided the values of x. Say value of x is 2, y is some another number, z is something. Okay. So what do you mean by these solution? इसका इफेक्ट इन प्लेन्स पे क्या होता है?
Ma'am, I think it is a region common to all the three planes.
Okay, rather we cannot, instead of saying a region, we can say a point, na? Because simply we are finding x equal to some number, na? Say if it is x equal to 2, 1, 5. Okay, if we are getting like this, so this single point with say 2, 1, 5 in 3D space, what it shows, it will show you that this is a point of intersection of all these three planes. Okay. So what in this method of solutions, whatever you are getting, first one, let us go with the first concept. What do you mean by a unique solution for a plane? Now don't think that we are able to solve this by our usual method. Now just tell me, what do you mean by getting a unique solution for a plane?
It is a point, ma'am.
It is a point which is common to all these. Suppose, let me try to draw those each. Okay, let me draw the simple one, which you know already every time. This is what your 3D space. Okay, what is this? Okay, name this as X. This is say Y and this is A. What is this? This plane is nothing but your XY plane. What is this plane? This is nothing but your YZ. And this is what your XZ plane. Correct? So, if these are the planes where x, y, y, z and zx, right? Just like our these equations, ना इनके भी कुछ equations होंगे ना, just like these equations. So, whenever you are having these type of equations, so what will be the common solution for this system?
Ma'am, it's origin.
Right, the origin itself, that means it is showing that all the planes are going to intersect at a point origin, and this is what we can say as origin is having the value 0, 0, 0. You can say that this is a zero solution, or in another way, if suppose you have some different type of a plane, suppose आपके पास कोई different planes है. Okay, suppose if I am working with only two planes. Okay. Assume that this is one plane, this is some another plane. So what will be the common solution for these two planes?
It's a line.
It is a line. But how many points are there on this line?
So infinitely many.
If infinitely many are there, so in this case, we get the infinitely many solution. And here, in this case, you get the zero solution. Correct? So, in the very similar way, you can, यहाँ पे zero solution क्यों मिला आपको? क्योंकि ये system of equations कैसा है? As it is a xy plane, what will be the equation for xy plane? Okay. I hope you are knowing, if suppose you have simply a 2D system. What is the equation for X equal to 0 means what? What you say when you have x equal to 0? We say
Y-axis.
y-axis. Okay. Next, if I have y equal to 0, we say that it is x-axis. Correct? But in this case, what will be the equation of a xy plane?
Ma'am, Z coordinate is absent. X plus Y equal to some constant A.
But what is that constant? यहाँ पे जैसे हमने लिखा है ना, x equal to 0 is a y-axis, y equal to 0 is x-axis. This is simple one. But what about this? How you can write down the equation of a xy plane? Okay. Can I write z equal to 0 will give you xy plane?
Yes, ma'am.
Those who remember
Yes,
differential
ma'am.
geometry, someone teached you differential geometry. In that we have studied that z equal to 0 will give you equation of a plane in xy. That means xy plane. And what about this one? Yz plane means what? X equal to 0. And xz planes mean what? That y equal to 0. So now we got the equation z equal to 0, y equal to 0, and x equal to 0. So these are nothing but your some simultaneous equation you can say. But in that case, we have the thing that it is of the form ax is equals to 0. Okay, homogeneous system. There is no term in the RHS here. It is, if suppose it is some term, at that time we can say it is of the form ax is equals to b. Okay, so we can have in this case we can have infinitely many solutions. Now if suppose instead of considering this 3D space, if we have a unique solution in case of some different arbitrary planes. Okay, suppose this is one plane. एक्चुअली वो 3D में ही दिखेगा आपको, जैसे यहाँ पे हमने ड्रॉ किया था. सपोज आई हैव सम plane here and some another plane which will be having the common intersection, or rather we can have a common point. Okay, try to imagine that we are having the three different plane which are intersecting at a single point, and at that single point we can have a unique solution. यहाँ पे हमको zero solution मिला है, but many times in BSc you have solved many example. At that time you can have a some unique solution for these type of a equation. और हर बार आप ऐसे 3D स्पेस के इक्वेशंस नहीं सॉल्व किए ना, वहां पे आपको एक आर्बिट्री इक्वेशन ऑफ अ प्लेन मिला है, राइट? थ्री इक्वेशंस ऑफ प्लेन, यू विल गेट ए यूनिक सॉल्यूशन. वहां पे क्या मीनिंग होता है कि ax इक्वल टू 0 नहीं है ना, एट दैट टाइम वी हैव ax इज इक्वल टू b. So instead of getting this as a zero solution, you can get one unique number or unique point. It may be some say A, B, C. Okay, this is what a common intersection point between all those plane. वो completely ये x y y z और z x plane नहीं है, वो एक arbitrary planes है. उन तीनों का intersection एक common point है. Just like these ना, we are having two equations of plane and infinitely many solution can be find with the help of this. That means this straight line will give you the common points in between these two plane, and there are so many lines and there are so many points on this line, and hence we can say that it has a infinitely many solutions. Okay. uh, Suppose one plane is intersecting in between these two. Imagine that this is first plane, this is second one, and suppose I am going to insert one plane here. Okay. Now, how many solutions will be there for all these? That means common solution of all this plane. हॅलो, आहेत का सगळे?
Yes, ma'am.
What will be the solution if I am going to intersect a in between these two? Okay, if it is somewhat confusing, what you do, assume that we are intersecting a plane here. प्लेन इंसर्ट कर रहे हैं हम लोग. यहाँ पे अगर एक स्ट्रेट लाइन है ना, वहां पे हमको एक प्लेन इंसर्ट करना है. ओके,
Infinitely many solutions.
assume that this is first plane, this is second plane. You can see my video now instead of seeing that journal. This is what a notebook, this is what your first plane, this is second plane. Okay, now what you have to do is you have to insert one plane here. Okay, so if you are going to insert one plane here, how many solutions you will get? Common solution for all these planes.
So infinitely many.
Again, if it is infinitely many, what will be the infinitely many solution? It will be nothing but the straight line that is common for all. Okay, so in this way you are getting the infinitely many solutions, unique solution. And no solution कब मिलेगा आपको?
When the planes do not intersect.
When the planes are not going to intersect at any point, at that time we can have a no solution. Okay, so here we have discussed these cases. Now let us solve this. After solving this, let me write down directly. I hope you have written it. Can anyone tell me what are the values of lambda you got for this? Solve केलेत का? Let us solve this. 1 minus 4 lambda upon 4. 1 minus lambda upon 4 multiplied by lambda by 4 minus 1 minus it will be plus lambda raised to 2 divided by 15. Minus plus correct. Lambda square. Okay, which is equal to 0. Now we are discussing the case in which we can have some different solution. यहाँ पे तो unique मिलता है ना. अगर हम determinant of a equal to 0 लेंगे तो हम situations पे जाएंगे. What will be the case when f of x is 0? Or no doubt here f of x is not 0. Then obviously we'll go for either situation 2 or situation 3. Okay, let us solve the value of this determinant. Okay, if I take a minus sign outside from this, it will be of the form 1 minus lambda by 4 square plus lambda square by 15 is equals to 0. This will be 1 minus 2 lambda upon 4 plus lambda square divided by plus lambda square by 15 is equal to 0. Okay, this will be with minus 1 plus lambda upon 2 plus, with negative sign, it is lambda square by 16 plus lambda square by 15 is equals to 0. What we can do now, we can take a lambda square outside. What will be the resultant? 1 upon 15 minus 1 upon 16. And here it is minus 1 plus lambda by 2. Okay, what is the resultant? 16 minus 15, it will be 1 upon 15 into 16, no?
Ma'am, the answer is 4 square root of 15 upon square root of 31.
लैम्बडा का वैल्यू बोल रहे हैं क्या? लैम्बडा इज इक्वल्स टू
Lambda is equal to plus or minus 4 into square root of 15 upon 31.
4 into
Yes, ma'am. And 16 into 15, 4 square.
tell me the value of lambda plus or minus
4 into square root of 15 upon 31.
Okay.
31 is also in the square root.
Acha. 4 is outside, no? Have you got the same answer every student? Actually, I haven't solved this example. Okay, so in this way you get the value of a lambda for these type of a equation. It is somewhat difficult to put up the values of lambda and to solve. So what you can do for this process, if you want to find out the value of a C1, then you can find out dC1 upon D. Similarly, you can say C2 is equals to dC2 upon D. Okay. Now let us solve how to find out the value of a dC1. Can anyone tell me what is a DC1?
Ma'am, DC1 is 1 by 4 minus 1 upon 3 minus lambda upon 5 lambda upon 4 minus 1.
Okay, actually, just tell me what should I write in the determinant.
First row will change to constant row.
Okay, first row changes to constant 1 by 4 and here it is minus 1 by 3 and this will be as it is coefficients of C2 minus lambda upon 5. Next one is minus 1 plus lambda by 4. Similarly, we can have for C2. The first row will be as it is, first column is as it is now 1 minus lambda by 4 and lambda by 3. The second one will be replaced by constant 1 by 4 minus 1 by 3. Just put up all this and if you want to solve, you can solve or you can put it as it is. Okay, so hence answer of this will be C1 is equal to dC1 by D and C2 is equals to dC2 by D. So in this way also you can find out the values of C1 and C2. Okay. Okay, let us now try to solve this example. Y of x is equals to 1 plus x square plus minus 1 to 1. Here value of lambda is given to us. This is somewhat different example. Xt plus x square t square y of t dt. Okay, this is somewhat different example. Here it is not 0 to 1, it is from minus 1 to 1. And the value of lambda is also given to us. That is lambda is equals to 1. Okay. So let us solve this example. Y of x is equals to 1 plus x bracket square plus x outside minus 1 to 1 ty of t plus x square outside minus 1 to 1 t square y of t dt. This is what our given equation 1 and y of x is equal to 1 plus x bracket square plus x c1 plus x square c2. This is our equation 2. Now let us find out the value of a c1 minus 1 to 1 t into y of t dt. Okay. Minus 1 to 1 t. What is the value of y of t? We have to write down the equation 2 in terms of t. 1 plus x square, t square plus t c1 plus t square c2 dt. Solve it with me. Let us find out the answers for c1 and c2. t square plus 2t plus 1 plus tc1 plus t square c2. Now we can find out the integration. C1 is equals to integration minus 1 to 1. Integration of this will be as it is t cube. T raised to 4 upon 4 plus 2 times integration of t square is t cube upon 3 plus integration of t is t square by 2 plus c1 as it is t multiplied by t square integration of t square is t cube by 3 plus c2 as it is integration of t cube is t raised to 4 upon 4 within the limit minus 1 to 1. Now we have to put up the limits and we have to find out the answer for this. C1 is equal to, put up the value of upper limit is 1 by 4 plus 2 by 3 plus 1 by 2 plus C1 by 3 plus C2 by 4 minus, put up the values of lower limit, it will be again 1 by 4. Now as it is t cube, so it will be with negative sign. After putting minus 1, it will be minus 2 by 3 plus 1 by 2 minus C1 by 3 plus C2 upon 4. Now what are the terms will cancel? 1 by 4 will get cancelled. This plus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 will get cancelled. Let me write here. This plus half minus next C2 upon 4 plus C2 upon by minus C2. What remains? C1 is equals to 2 by 3 minus plus. That is 4 by 3. Correct? Next plus C1 minus plus. That will be 2 C1 by 3. Okay. So if I take a C1 outside, it will be 1 minus 2 by 3 is equals to 4 by 3. So here we get C1 is equals to 4 upon 3 divided by, will be 3 minus 1, 1 by t. Resultant, we get the value of C1 is 4. Whether everyone get the same answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, you can solve for C2. Let me tell you the value of a C2 is nothing but 16 by 9. So in this case, we got the value of C1 and C2 directly. Why? Because we are provided with the value of lambda is 1. अगर लैम्डा की वैल्यू नहीं होता तो यहाँ पे कुछ लैम्डा के टर्म्स आते थे ना इंटीग्रेशन में. So lambda is unknown and at that time we have to find out the d lambda and all. So in this case, if lambda is given, we can get the value of C1 and C2 directly. And after getting all those values, what you have to do? You have to again resubstitute in our equation 2, which is in terms of C1 and C2. Okay. You can write down the answer. Y of x is equals to putting the values of C1 and C2 in equation 2, 1 plus x square plus x into C1. यहाँ पे जो C1 है उसका वैल्यू 4 है प्लस by 9 This is what value for C2 into x square. So this is what a final answer for this integral equation. Okay. Try to solve and the answer is C2 is equals to 16 by 9.
Yes,
Many
ma'am.
examples are there. No doubt I will give you for your homework later on. Okay, in the next lecture, we'll go with some some theorems. Only 2 to 3 theorems are there. After that, we'll go for Hilbert-Smith theorem. Okay. Now you can join the next lecture. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sonali Ingde, leave the meeting.